Could you talk about NHIs and especially what the benefits and risks are, especially around the cybersecurity risks?
Sure. So I've made a couple posts and public statements about NHIs. I use the term non-human identity. That's the term I'm familiar with, but it could be non-human interface as well. So in my opinion, non-human interfaces, excuse me, in my opinion, non-human identities, the term is unfortunately a little bit dangerous because it implies that there is someone aside from a human who is accountable for the actions of a given system. And what I propose is that organizations should treat artificial intelligence systems and agents just like they do any other asset, where there's a data owner who's accountable for the actions of the system and the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of the information contained therein. And not use the term NHI, simply refer to it what it is as what it is. Because if you use the term NHI, that implies some sort of inability to influence or control its outcomes, which I think can reduce or attenuate the accountability that individuals or organizations feel toward those systems.
Okay. So for people who are trying to visualize it too, like for instance, everybody's familiar with chatbots, and going on a website and have a chatbot, but an NHI being something that's human looking, you even see them in museums and stuff now where it's interacting with you and things like that. But how are people most likely to encounter an NHI, a non-human identity, in the course of, a day or living their life somehow?
So the example of chatbots is quite apropos, and I'll give an example. So a year or two ago, a gentleman in Canada asked an Air Canada chatbot about the refund policy for a ticket he had bought and was given an answer that implied he could be refunded. When he went to make good on this request, Air Canada told him that no, in fact, the chatbot was mistaken and that he had to pay the full price that he had signed up for. He took Air Canada to court, and a judge ruled in his favor, saying that Air Canada could not remove itself from accountability of the outputs of the chatbot, even though it was wrong and it was likely a hallucination. So, the key thing to understand from an individual consumer perspective is that you may be interacting with a system, you may or may not know that it is an artificial intelligence model or system that you're talking to, and it can provide you with incorrect information. And then on the flip side, organizations that are putting these out there cannot absolve themselves of accountability for the outputs of these systems.